Vic, what's up, bro?
What's up? What's up? How are you?
Oh, dude, I'm doing great. Porter, you can answer that question. I don't know. Porter's out there sweating, but I'm doing well.
Dude, I'm sweating, but it is just good to have you.
How's the weather? How is the weather in the South Africa?
It's
Dude,
great,
it's
bro.
crazy.
Dude,
Same.
it beats the snow, bro. Come on.
I know, right? I've been here in the UAE for almost a year now, and I feel like once I go back to the States, it's gonna be get back on track, get used to the cold and whatnot, and I'm gonna be freezing.
Yeah, dude. You don't have to. That's the beautiful part. You don't have to get back onto the cold, dude. It's a choice. That's the best part is some days it's here, it's hot. I'm like, dude, there are people that are living in the snow right now.
Yeah,
That by choice. No,
that's
dude.
right. That's right. That's why we do this, rank and rant, get the sites rolling,
Let's
you
go,
know.
dude. So Vic, you are in the UAE for the people like Porter that are like, where's that? Where's the UAE? Tell them, bro, because I know I can already see it on Porter's face. He's like, dog, where's UAE, dude? Porter just got on his first airplane like a week ago.
Okay, so but basically UAE is in the Middle East to start with, right? So on I would say okay, on the bottom it's like India, then it's like Bahrain, Qatar, China, Saudi Arabia. So UAE is surrounded by I'm just in that mindset, so I'm just gonna say it, right? Surrounded by what's going on in the world right now. If you guys been watching the news and whatnot,
Yeah,
so that's one of the reason why actually I'm deployed out here to support and do whatever needs to be done. UAE doesn't have a lot of resources as well, so US military personnel protects most of the UAE at the moment.
that's crazy. So are you, I don't know if you're even allowed to say, but are you in Dubai?
So I'm not gonna say yes or no, but depending on the needs,
You can.
whatever needs to be done, we move around.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, that's sweet. Basically, long story short, Vic is somewhere where it's hotter than hell, just like us. It's something with sand and camels and surfboards and G-Wagons, right?
Right, right.
We'll just leave it at that. So, dude, let's get into your story a little bit. And by the way, I understand you are military, so if there's anything that's sensitive that you can't share, just let me know. Also, don't get offended if I ask something that's sensitive because I don't know, and sometimes I just say it. So, some of the stuff if we ask and he doesn't feel comfortable, you can just tell us, no problem, no one cares. Um, but I'm excited. So, give us a little bit of background. You are in the military. Which branch are you in? Can you share that?
Yeah, so I actually wanted to go in the Army or Marine, but I ended up going US Navy. So currently I'm serving United States Navy. Been serving for 6 years. I'm coming up on 6 year now, in a couple of months.
Great, dude. And so with your job, you're constantly getting moved around, correct? Like like how do you ever know? Are you usually stationed for a year? Do they tell you how long you're going to be there? Is it just like, hey, you're here until we tell you?
So I'm in a unit what's called expeditioner unit. So we have a certain location that we always get sent to, but
Okay.
it's not fixed. And they always I'll just give you an example. When I was back in US last year, actually, that's where I was stationed. And then we were just told that, hey, this is where you're going. You're gonna be somewhere in Middle East, and here are your flight tickets, and then you're gonna leave 2 days after. So we're packing our bags and whatnot, saying the goodbyes to the family and everything. And 2 hours later, they say your tickets are canceled. We're gonna be leaving in the next 4 hours. And half an hour later, they say, hey, we're leaving in 45 minutes. Let's get it.
That's
So it's we never know what's going on. So we're always on the move. So gotta be alert, and
that's
have
great.
to pay attention. Gotta keep it going.
But that's kind of exciting at the same time. It's crazy, but it's kind of exciting. It sounds fun.
Yes, yes.
Did you
That's what I
always want to do that?
Actually, a lot of people tell me, right? So I have a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity as well. So a lot of people tell me, why don't I become an officer? Well, one of the thing is I always wanted to join, and right now I have a lot of things going on my plate, and becoming an officer, it's even more responsibility. You know, you're handling a lot of like battalions or units and whatnot. So it's not that I don't want to take responsibility, is I don't want to mess up somebody else's life, because being an officer, people looks up to you, right? So if you make one wrong move, not just your career, but everybody under you is also in trouble. So I felt like I'm just not ready for it. And everybody says, hey, you know, you have a degree, you could do a lot more, and you're stuck as enlisted. So I come from India, right? I came to the United States in 2009. So it was just my dream to serve the country. So here I am serving the country, you know. It's not something a lot of people go in for, like, oh, hey, paid college and whatnot. I actually enlisted after I started college. So right when I was about to graduate with my bachelor's degree, that's when I joined as an enlisted program in the US Navy.
Dude, that's crazy. That's awesome though.
So
Yeah,
Vic,
yeah.
let's talk about rank and rent. Let's get into that, dude. All right. I know we've got a couple of people, I've got a handful of people inside of Digital Landlords that are kind of in the same situation. I don't think they're all in the same branch. They're part of the military. What was it for you that attracted you to rank and rent? You know, you already got your career path kind of set. It's probably very secure. But first and foremost, why did you decide to do something outside of the military stuff?
So back when I was in high school, I had to take a course. I forgot what the term it's so basically I was done all my main classes, so it's a elective course I had to take in high school, and I ended up choosing web design. And back then it was all hard coded, you know, CSS, JavaScript, and HTML. I learned it, and my teacher always like praised me, like, oh, if anything, go to Vic and he can, you know, set you up. If you're having bugs, he can fix it, whatnot. So that's how I got into web design. And then when I graduated from high school and went into college, I started just going out and telling people, hey, you know, I do web design. If you have a business and you don't want to rack up, you know, swipe your card, pay thousands of dollars to agencies and whatnot, let me know. So I started building websites here and there. Then I learned WordPress while I was doing that. And then in my free time, I just build website templates and everything just for myself, not up putting it up online and whatnot. And then slowly, after joining the Navy, that's when 6 years ago, that's when I entered into where I was getting clients here and there, you know, like, oh, hey, I need a 5-page website. Can you assist me? Okay. And then on site, I started doing it. So I was like, I kind of like this, you know, I'm doing it. I enjoy working, designing website, writing content, everything. I do it, everything. So that's when I said, okay, how can I make the most money making website? How can I find clients and whatnot? And then I ended up on a YouTube video, right? And the YouTube video was like rank and rent. So I was always skeptical. I was like, I don't want to do this, yada yada yada. And then I forgot his name, Epi, whatever his name is. I can't pronounce it.
Ipe.
Ipe, Ipe, yes, yes. So I came across his, and then I was like, I don't want to do that, and got backed off. And then finally, I saw you, and then I saw the free Facebook group that's open currently that we are live in, and I joined it. I went through your free videos and whatnot, and I just sat there. I took a notebook, took a pen, started writing. Okay, this is how he's saying to do it. This is how he started. Let me try to approach that, right? Um, most of the videos that I saw, it was like big talk and not showing anything. But your videos actually showed me exactly, you know, what you did and what you didn't do, and what's good, what's bad, and watching your lives and whatnot. So I started doing it, and I know you say certain niche you go after certain niche, don't go after certain niche. So I started studying what can I do, what kind of niche I should go after and whatnot. So I ended up creating a website, which you always say, don't do it first. And your process is a little different, right? But I was in my mind, it was hard because for so many years, I always did rank it and then rent it, right? But
Right.
your process is a little different. So it was time for me to adapt your process. And this one time I was just sitting, and I asked myself, I was like, I really need to learn this, yada yada yada. And then I set up a meeting with I can't remember his name, somebody from the group. I just can't remember, a lot of things going on, you know. So um I set up a meeting, joined your course, and ever since I joined your course, went through all the videos that you have, changed my life. Right now I have 2 websites up and running. I started this rank and rent as my side of a side business, if that makes sense. So I'm already doing freelance work, right? But this rank and rent is additional income that I'm putting on top of the freelance work, if that makes sense. So that's my journey, and here we are
So,
right now.
so you started in the same exact group, and now here we are doing an interview, bro. That's crazy.
Yes, yes.
I love
And I
it.
remember not too long ago, I actually reached out to you with certain things. You know, we spoke about it, and you're like, if the world worked that way, people could be wherever. And then hit me hard, and I was like, okay, I gotta make some moves, you know. And I actually made some moves. So here
I
we are.
love, yeah. In fact, if you're comfortable with it, I want to just talk about that for just a moment because I think that's really important. And it's not like you're the only person ever. So basically what happened is like Vic came in, excited. He's kind of got that honeymoon stage. He's, I'm gonna make all this money like everybody does. They get pumped, they get excited. Then you get started and you're like, oh my gosh, this actually takes work, right? Maybe you get business owners mean to you or something happens, whatever. And at some point, I know you probably had a lot going on. You were traveling, you had your freelance stuff, and Vic hits me up and he's like, hey man, blah, 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 blah. I'm really busy. I'm not trying to like, you know, uh, not honor my agreement with you because we did something special with him and let him get into the program and pay overtime. And he's like, is there any way we can just kind of pause things? We just kind of pause things for right now, which I understood his reasoning. And I'm like, look, dude, here's the deal. And I just told him, I'm like, look, if this were a house payment, right? If you were to go and tell the bank, hey, I'm going on vacation for the next month, or like right now, I have a mortgage on my house in Utah. Hey, bank, I'm gonna go to Africa for 3 months. Could you just pause my mortgage? They'd laugh me out of the room. They'd be like, bro, you're crazy. Like, yeah, we'll foreclose on it for you, but we ain't gonna do a pause, And I just told them, like, this is not how it works. I said, but the reality is, what we need to do is we need to get you deals. That's what needs to happen because as soon as you get deals, it's going to be irrelevant. That's not going to be the case. And so all that happened really at the end of the day is I just held Vic accountable and I said, look, you committed to this. You said you were going to do this. Here's your goals. Let's get back to it. Let's focus. And here we are. So I bring that up because a lot of people, they get started, but very few finish, right? They get started, they get distracted, and they go and they want to start another business. They get started, their job gets busy, they want to pause. They get started, it gets hard, and they're just not motivated. And they're like, oh, dude, I don't know, man. But the reality is that you had committed, and I told you when you hopped in, I said, I'm going to hold you accountable. Kyle told you you're going to hold you accountable, and that's what we did. So just so you guys understand, like that's the value of like being around people that hold you accountable is Vic wouldn't be here today if he hadn't had someone that held him accountable because it's really easy to slip off. So anyway, good on you though. You're the one that did the work. So I want to ask you though, what changed for you, right? Like you see the value in rank and rent. You're already doing freelance work. You're kind of, anyone that's ready to pause is kind of ready to give up to some degree. Not that you would have given up, but in a way they're thinking about it. How did you change your mindset to like, okay, what happened that you finally decided to make this work? Because now you're profiting, you're making money, you know, things are much different. There's excitement again. I can feel it in, you know, which when we talk and our message and everything, but like what had to shift for you to get that excitement back and to get out of that place?
So I was when I stopped in Dubai, I just saw like, oh, people are having the best time of their life. You know, people come to Dubai and you know how it is.
Uh-huh.
So I was looking at them, I was like, one day I want to be that person. Not look at the wallet or not look at what's in my pocket or my bank account, just go out, have fun and whatnot, right? So I was sitting at night, listening to music, you know, deep state, deep thinking. And I was like, I gotta get it going because I've already invested not just in myself learning what you're teaching in the course, but I've also invested my hard-earned money. How can I get it back? Who's got my money, right? So
Yeah.
that's the term I started drilling in my mind. Who has my money out there? Who can I go to that is ready to pay me without asking any questions? So basically, I remember on Facebook, I had this person that I did his website a long time ago, right? Like when I was in high school. I actually decided to hit him up. And I hit him up and I went through what you teach in the course, you know, and I presented to him and basically step by step guide that you provide. That's exactly step by step, word by word. He even told me stop reading off of the script and whatnot. I was like, it's my first time, so I have it written down. I'm trying my best not to read it off of the script, but he caught me there. But he liked what I had to offer, and then from there it just started word of mouth. So right now I have 2 deals closed, 3 more under my belt. So I've designed the websites, and I'm ready to roll with 3 more. So
That's good, man.
yeah.
Um, I, just a quick note for anybody that's new, because right before you hopped on, I was telling people, you know, what's a good place to start. And so here's my recommendations, guys, is if you are brand new, this is a real tip I would give you. This exactly how I would do is if I were brand new to this, just starting out, I love what you said. It's like, and I think I've heard Grant Cardone say something similar. It's like just thinking about, you know, all the money you need is out there with strangers, right? People that you're walking by every day, they have the money you need to get rich. I think that like I live in this country right now. I think it's like the fifth or third poorest country in the world. And guess what? There's still over $6 billion that are spent every year, right? In this country. There are rich people in this country, right? Even though there's a lot of people that do not have a lot of money, there are some very rich people. And so I look out every day. Me and Porter were driving yesterday and we're like, dude, there's so many opportunities even in this country. And so it's just like having that mindset of like, all the money I need to get to the goals, to have the cars I want, the lifestyle I want, the vacations I want, it's in the hands of these people that I'm around, right? Or it's in my the friends I have on Facebook. I guarantee you have just with the people on Facebook, the friends that you have, there are enough people that even if you just worked with those people, you could carve out enough money to get very, very rich, right? Like this is just about getting our chunk of money, right? Just getting our chunk. So I love what you said, Vic, like who's got my money, right? My recommendation, if I'm brand new and I'm like, how do I go get those first couple of deals? Here's exactly what I would do is I would take a piece of paper, right? And if you've never done this, even if you have a deal, this is what I would do if you want to go get a deal. If you want to go get a deal today, you want to get a deal this month, this week, this is a strategy. If you haven't tapped into this, or if it's been a while since you've done this, do this, okay? Get a piece of paper, and I want you to go through your, contacts, friends, whatever, anyone you can think of that owns a business. Okay. Any kind of business. Uncle, cousin, buddy from high school, freaking whatever, guy that wasn't really a buddy from high school, but you guys became Facebook friends for whatever weird reason. List all the people you know that have businesses. Okay. Step one. Make a huge giant list, what their name is, what their business is. Okay. Step one. Everyone you can think of. I would literally go through my contacts. I would go through my Facebook friends, whatever that you personally know. And then what I would do is I'd go and I'd say, all right, of those people, which ones of those have businesses that this business model, rank and rent, lead generation, which ones have businesses that fit this model, right? We want to make sure it's phone driven. We don't really want a brick and mortar. We want to make sure it's high ticket. We want to make sure, you know, that there's good search volume, blah, 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 all the criteria. And I'd go and I'd circle all the ones. Oh, that my buddy, he, you know, he actually is part of a tree service company. My other buddy, he's a mason. He ended up getting into masonry. Oh, this guy owns a concrete company. That guy owns, you know, this, and I'd go and I'd circle. Maybe you start and your list is like 30 people and you end up and there's only 10, or maybe it's 50 and there's only 20, or maybe it's 10 and there's only 3. Go and find the ones that fit the bill, right? Then what I would do is I would go and I would reach out to every one of these people and I would just do some kind of soft offer, whatever. And I would get right to the point, be like, hey, this is Vic, long time, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to like beat around the bush here. Could you handle more business? Like I see you're doing a tree service company. You have a tree service company. Congratulations. It's been a long time. Could you handle more business? I know it's kind of a random question, but I'm getting somewhere. Don't do the whole, hey man, how are you? How's things been since high school? You know, everyone knows you're going somewhere anyway. Just get to the point. Hey, this is Vic. Random question. Congratulations on the tree service company. Just quick question. Could you handle more business? If I could send you more business, could you handle it? Okay. Then what I would do is the people that say yes, I would say, awesome. What area do you cover? Give me the cities, give me the zip codes, give me the general area that you cover. And I would go and I would do my research and I would find I would go do my homework, make sure the city is not super competitive, make sure that the CPC isn't super high. And now, boom, I'm right into my process where I'm looking for that city, right? Because if I have a buddy that has a tree service company, but he's in Dallas and he only covers Dallas, like no matter how many leads he wants, I don't know if I want that deal, right? And guess what? Out of all those people that you wrote down, there might only be 5 people that you can reach out to. And of those, there might only be 3 people that are good matches. But guess what? Now you can go and do this strategy. You can go and set up a landing page. You can go set up ads. You can go turn on ads and you have a warm contact that knows you that you can start sending free leads to get that first deal. Okay. Now, that is a very easy way. Now, the reason I say that would be the first thing that I would do is, guys, in sales, the hardest objection to overcome is trust. Okay. Not price, not contract, not freaking got to talk to my dog or Jesus or whatever. Trust. And if you know the person, they're going to know that you're actually legitimate. They're going to know that you are somebody that they know. And I mean, unless you screwed them over in the past, they can trust. So if I was starting today, knowing what I know now, knowing the strategy, you guys know the overall, you guys can go to rentsimplesites.com and I'll lay out my steps. I'm not going to give you all the secret sauce in that video, in those trainings, but you know the overall steps, right? Landing or, you know, due diligence, keyword list, blah, 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 all the way down. That's exactly how I would do it. Okay. So, and I'm only bringing that up, Vic, because that's what you said. You went back to a client that you'd already done business with. So they trusted you, right?
Right.
You went through the script and dude, they didn't care. They're like, yo, you're following a script, but haha, it's fine. And they did business with you. So for those people that are new, I'm just going off of what I was saying at the beginning, as far as like where to start. That's where I would start. That's how I would get my first client, right? And we talk about this all the time. The first couple clients that you land are usually laydowns. Porter, your first client, was it like this crazy sale, or was it somebody that freaking Vic could have closed with his eyes closed and with his voice gone? Probably could have just play on an iPad and would have closed them, right?
Dude, I thought he was an idiot for even partnering with me. Just kidding.
And somebody clips that and sends it to his business owner, he loses it. Yeah, no, it's true, right? Like Vic, was that your very first client?
Yes, yes. So actually, when he first found me, he's not a local. Actually, he's located in Florida, right? So we met on a Facebook group. I like to join Facebook group. That's if you don't mind, can I share something that
Please,
I've been personally doing as
please.
well? What I do is I join local Facebook group, the town that you live in and whatnot, and then I just monitor there. You know, here and there you might see somebody like a tree service provider or a general contractor put in saying, "Hey, looking for a business, give me a call and whatnot." You already know they're out here hustling on Facebook, posting in this different group. That could be your potential client as well. You know, put them on the list. Once you have their like a business name or phone number, go on Google. That's I've been doing this process as well. Go on Google, look them up, learn about them, and then I follow the course basically. Now I got the whole script in my mind, so nobody can tell me, "Hey, you're reading off of the script." Now I can, go with the flow, go with the conversation, ask questions, how, A to Z. So that's what I've been doing as well. Like, once you get familiarization with the course, then you can start to learn more and more on your own as well, and you just go on.
Yeah. I like that a lot, man. It's those first couple deals, guys, you know, it's funny because a lot of people think that, they see people, they're like, oh, that guy got a deal in 6 days. That guy got a deal his first week. That guy got it. Your first couple deals are going to be people that probably would have bought from anyone. They're already interested in getting leads. They're already looking to spend money, and you just happen to be in the right place, the right time. And so I just call it like knocking enough doors, right? Now, obviously, you virtually knocked his door, send him a Facebook message, but you knocked enough of the right qualified doors. You found somebody that was interested, and that's how you actually got the deal. So I've said this, I don't know, 10 times in the last year. If you don't have a deal right now, it's because you have not asked enough of the right people for money. Okay. And when I say right people, I mean qualified people. Okay. Vic, what's the end goal for you, man? Are you going to use this model and your income that you're bringing in from this, build it up and eventually transition out of the military? Are you doing this as additional income and you're not trying to get out? Like, what's your end goal with this? Is it just to make more money?
So that's a great question. I'm actually thinking about, like, once my contract is up that I've signed it with the military. I'm actually thinking right now, that's what I'm trying to do, hustling, right? Close as many clients as I can, basically sign them up on contract. And I know this is like a drug, right? For any business owner, if you provide them like 10 leads, now they're on the hook. It's just like, baiting a fish. Once the fish know the baits are coming here, a lot more fish are going to come there. So once you send them enough leads, I'm not going to use the word guaranteed, but there are a lot higher chances that after whatever term of contract that you have signed with them, if you have provided them good enough and good quality of lead, they're going to re-up. And that's when it comes in, right? That's what I use. So I close 2 people and I say, hey, I can put you in 2-month trial, but this is going to be your price. But after 2 months, this is what's going to be for the next 24 months. So instead of 12 months, I say 24 months. And because of the first 2 month, I provided them leads and they liked it. It was for them, it was no thinking. Oh yeah, sure, let's sign it, right? So it was easier for me to do it. What I'm trying to do at my angle is close enough sites, start bringing the revenue in, get out of the military, right? Get out of the military, and then once I'm out, what I want to do is have something of my own in the similar industry, right? Like maybe a small local owned veteran owned company assisting past veterans or current veterans or small businesses and whatnot, assisting them with their small business. Basically, that's my goal. My goal is help people out. because there are so many people who have wasted thousands of dollars behind their online presence. And a lot of the companies, like all big talks, as I said earlier, they take your money and they don't provide quality work. That's where people like us come in, right? Rank and rent model. Those are the people that we are trying to close on. People who are spending money are much easier to close because they're already spending money. They know they want more business, but they just don't have the right fit. They don't have the a partnership person, right? That's where we go in and try to squeeze it in. So that's my angle, basically.
When
Get
does your
out,
contract
make
expire?
something.
When does
I'm
your,
sorry.
how many more years?
So technically, mine was a 4-year contract, right? But then I extended 2 more years. So my six year is coming up, and after that, I have 2 more year left. But that's basically what I would call IRR. So it's like inactive reserve kind of contract. So I'm still in the military, but I don't do anything. I just go home, relax, basically get back in my regular civilian life. And if I still want, if something happens, they can activate me and whatnot. So it's my last, basically this is my last year. And if I get something good, a good posting, a good location, I might go there for additional 2 years and then call it done. 8-year contract done.
Interesting. That's cool, man. You're like, they're sitting in a room somewhere going like, hey, when this guy gets close, we're gonna start sending him somewhere tropical. You know what I'm saying? They ain't sending you somewhere bad at that last 2 years, dude. They know what they're doing.
Right. Right. Because that's how they get you, right? They send you somewhere nice, and then the way they send you is the end of your contract, and then they're gonna, just like rank and rent, right? They hook you, they bait you, and like, hey, we'll give you 1 more year here. Do you want to re-up?
I love that, man.
But I've made my mind. It's final, done.
Yeah. Well, man, I appreciate you hopping on. Some people, me and Porter, we're always talking, and like, I love bringing people on that are new, that have gotten their first couple deals. And we reach out to some people and they're like, yeah, I want to get on and do an interview when I hit 10K. Or, we have one guy in our group and he's smashing it. He's at like 30K a month. He's like, I'll get on a call when I'm at 1 million, a year. And it's like, I respect that, but like, it's so much more relatable to talk to somebody like you because, it's people are just starting and they want to hear about these stories. And I think it's important to talk about the fact that, like, even though, you had that moment where honeymoon phase over, almost thinking about maybe quitting, and then you didn't, and now boom, here we are. It's super relatable. So dude, I appreciate you hopping on. And guys, no matter what, the thing that's important, whether you're, 9 to 5 doing some corporate job, whether you own your own business that's just got you tied to your work, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, dad, doesn't matter what it is, you can fit this model around your life. Okay. And I've said this before, a lot of people with these other models, they're like, yeah, it provides a really good lifestyle, right? This business provides a really good lifestyle for me and my family. That's the opposite with this. You choose the lifestyle and the business will fit around it. And so, Vic is in the military, Porter is farming. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm all over. You do what you want to do. You get to choose your lifestyle. So Vic, I appreciate you hopping on, guys. Thank you so much. Go check out the resources and we'll see you soon.